Aloha and welcome back. In this video, I'll be using a die cut to create a stencil to use on my Mixed Media Galaxy page. Enjoy! Aloha friends. So today I am doing another Mixed Media page and I'm going to work on these two inner pages of my cover, my booklet. Mixed media booklet, and the first page. This one I'm gonna make them into galaxy pages, and we're gonna see how fun this is gonna be. I'm going to be using paints, another stencil, which I'm going to be making with this. So I'm gonna take this, and then I'm going to take a piece of plastic. I'm going to take the backing of this stamp. And you could really take any backing of any stamp that you're not going to use. It's kind of like a film, thick enough plastic. This is called spring pattern. So that's no longer going to have a backing. So I'm going to go cut this through my cutting machine. I'm going to run it through and it's going to give me a star stencil. So let me be right back. All right, I finally got it cut. I don't know if you can see, but you can see the stars here going through my this little plastic sheet. And I had to add on a couple of cardstocks as shims to actually cut through. So if you do try this, use the cardstocks and look at the outcome. It's pretty cool. It embossed onto the cardstocks that I used, and I have this folded. So I did one cardstock in half first, and it gave this impression, and then I added two more. I should have done three because it was a task trying to cut through this piece of plastic. So I'm going to put this on the side for now, because we're going to decorate these pages first and get that, use the stars towards the middle part of decorating these pages. I'm going to start off with some Pan Pastels, and then I will speed up the video to finish this process. And basically I'm just adding Pan Pastel colors all over the place where I feel I might want to add them. Okay, now that I've gotten all the colors of my Pan Pastel on my pages, I am taking the black acrylic paint that came with my RG Avenue Mixed Media kit. You can basically use any black acrylic paint if you want, but I wanted to use up what I had received from RG. So I'm just grabbing the black acrylic paint with my gloves and just rubbing it right onto the page, directly on there. Well, onto my glove and then to the page. And I should actually speed this up, but something about it is satisfying. I like how the texture is coming out on here, but I think this packet has a little bit too little of paint. So I go and grab another packet and finish up the next page. This kind of reminds me of like an 80s color or something. So I opened up the other packet. There was 2 black acrylic paint that I had collected over the months that I signed up with the subscription. Yes, and I'm finally using. So you don't want to cover too much, and I think I kind of overdid it with the next page. I just wanted it covered already, and then I realized that I didn't even have a big enough paper that was on my table to cover my nice pink mat, and I kind of got it all dirty. So anyways, you're gonna see here that I do, what a mess. Like, I think I put way too much black than I needed, than I wanted to. But yeah, I was kind of getting all into it, like just rubbing away, and then I thought, wait, I'm supposed to keep it enough so I can see the other side, like see through it. And I thought, oh, maybe what would be the way? Yeah, right here, I'm like, way too much, Jen. Too much black. Hello, what are you doing? I was messing it up. I was not thinking of galaxy right now. I was just thinking of smushing black all over, and I did not think about how I was going to have the colors come through. So really, I mean, the first page that I covered in black looked okay, and what am I doing here? I guess I wanted to smush it on there and add more black to the other page, but anyways, I let these pages dry, and then as it's drying, I'm realizing that, wait a minute, I need to give it a galaxy look. So I come back, and now I'm using blue acrylic paint, and I just took a sponge and I'm just kind of dabbing it all over, because now I'm going to start adding the stars. And so I'm just kind of dabbing on a path of where I want those stars to go. And can't really see it right now, but I promise you, when I'm done this page, the pages really look nice afterwards. But it's kind of funny that it wasn't coming out at first, but I guess, you know, sometimes when you don't think it's coming out, you just walk away and let them dry and then come back to it. So I'm adding blue here, and then I also have white on my paper plate, and I'm going to dab on some white. Oh, first I'm going to cut my sponge, because I want to use the other side for my white. And usually I cut it into 4s, but I was thinking, because I was using a wider space, that I might as well just cut it in half. And these sponges, you guys, I know a lot of you can get it from Stampin' Up, but I buy it in bulk from Amazon. Sorry, shameful plug. I buy it in bulk on Amazon. I bought like 25 of these. I think it was only for $11. So check it out on Amazon and buy your stuff through, buy your supplies through there. That way you can spend more on stamps with other companies. So here I am now, just smushing the blue all over, blue and white, going back and forth and praying that it'll come out
somewhat nice, but that's mixed media, you know, you can just keep going and go with the flow. So I'm just kind of making a path of where I want my stars to go, and just going back and forth with the blue and the white, and I really don't know what I'm doing, but just dabbing and dabbing, changing colors. Okay, so at this point I kind of feel like I'm getting to where I want, and what I do now is I grab some paint on my paintbrush, and you don't see, but off camera I dipped my brush into some water so that the paint could be a little bit more liquid. And grabbing paint again, I dip it in the water and then I splatter. Dab, 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 dab. And just create a little bit of sparkle or shine or splatter, like how a galaxy would look. I just keep splattering until I have the desired look that I want. And truth be told, I'm actually enjoying this and hitting the brush with splattering all over the place. Okay, so here I'm using my heating gun to speed up the drying process, and I'm wiggling it all around just so I do not burn the paint. Now for the fun part. I'm using Dry Dex Spackle from the hardware store, and I'm going to now take that plastic sheet that I cut earlier with the stars, and I'm going to start applying the spackle right onto this sheet, using it like a what are those called? The plastic stencils that they sell. Now the plastic itself is a little bit flimsy, so it's not really going, you know, getting in there nice and firm and whatnot, but this is my first time doing this, so I'm just trying it out and just trying to go over and fix it up again and give it a smoother look. But then I thought, that's okay, it looks good enough. Okay, so again, this dries white, but then when it's wet, it's pink. I'm opening up this little Ziploc of star confetti that was given to me by Cindy Becker, and just kind of sticking it on there. I'm not sure if it's going to dry and if the confetti will stay, but I'm trying. See what happens. That's another first for me. But so here's my other batch of stars, and again, just rubbing that spackle right on there, and it's going pretty well. Onto my second page for the stars. You're going to see that I removed this plastic too quickly, and I was just trying to try something, see how it looks, if it's even going through, but I didn't press hard enough on the stencil, so I had to go back and redo it. And this time I'm really pushing in on my stencil and trying to get that stars on there. Yeah, I thought it was good enough. Now I'm going to add some star confettis and push that into the stars just to add more shine. So now I'm cleaning off my stencil. Just want to get off as much spackle as much as I have to or need to, and then I can wash the rest down my sink. At this point, I now want to add some scripture to my pages, just to add a little bit of, I don't know, some words. And I'm using the scripture from Job 22:21, and it says, "Is not God in the heights of heaven? And see how lofty they are. See how lofty are the highest stars." Just reminds us that God is so high up there, you know. So I just kind of position the words where I think I want them, and I'm just trimming off some paper, and then I'm cutting them down to what I think my eyes would like. So after doing this, I'm going to adhere it with glue. So I'm just using regular tonic glue, and you can really just use whatever type of glue that you want. I usually use the craft glue from Walmart, but then I ordered these glue off online, I think. I forget what company I ordered them from, but I bought a whole bunch of them. So I'm just gluing each piece down, and then I'm going to add some paint. I'm using some green or lime green paint on here, just adding some paint to the edges. And then now I'm taking some gesso and going over my stars. And then I decide to go with Mod Podge instead, because Mod Podge will dry clear. I'm just going over the pieces so that they won't come off, as well as the spackle that I used. And then I'm also adding a little bit more star confetti. And then I'm pretty much done. So, thanks for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day in Jesus.